to me first, of course. Hang on. Let me just adjust this, and there we go. You should be able to hear me a lot better now, if anything. And yeah, this is going to be the live review for the Mackie EM-91C. This is going to be an XLR condenser microphone. A very good one at that. Well, no, actually. I'm not sure why I said that. Because I don't think it is a very good one personally. I think it's fine. But if you're going to pair this up with almost any audio interface, it's not worth it. Like, why would you underspend with something like this? But anyway, before I start ranting on that, I'm gonna wait to see who ends up jumping in. So just gonna wait maybe just a few minutes. That should do it. Ultra Pranks, hello. What about the night tomes red? Oh, night times. Good one. Night times red. Well, I mean, the blues isn't supposed to be referenced to a color. It's supposed to be referenced to music. Because when I first started streaming, I used to call like my streams the nighttime blues because I would mostly play like jazz in the background and stuff like that, and then I switched over to lo-fi, and I kept it around since it kind of still does have that same vibe that I'm going with. But I think jazz would actually be a little bit cooler. I just don't think that they have it on stream beats. Either way, how's it going, Ultra Pranks? How's your night? I was on Swagbucks doing surveys, but they won't let me do any because I was spamming on them. Well, that's not good. Like, bro, do they really think people want to take them for real? Well, I mean, spammers, or I guess scammers, understand when they're being trolled. I just want my PS. Fair enough. I get that. Isn't Swagbucks? Like, maybe I'm thinking of something else, but for some reason, like, I associated Swagbucks with one of those like weird scamming sites for Fortnite. Do correct me if I'm wrong, for sure, because I think that I may have been very wrong in that front. I'm saving for a $150 Amazon gift card. I'm gonna use it to buy a keyboard. Any recommendations? I'm not the best person to ask regarding regarding keyboards in particular, but I mean, like, I can tell you, I guess, what I like. You said that you liked very clicky and loud keyboards in the past, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Swagbucks is different, not a scam. Oh, okay, then we're definitely thinking of something else in that regard. But when it comes to the keyboard situation, I think I can recommend a little something. I don't see why not. But let me see what I can do here. First, let me overextend this. Okay. So let's see. So my personal recommendation would have to be the Razer Huntsman Elite V2. I think this is a fantastic keyboard. Clicky optical switches, which, I mean, should offer a lot of good stuff there. Oh wait, As long as it isn't over 150, okay. We might have to tone that down a bit then. Because this one is 159 exactly, but there is still the older Huntsman Elite that's actually $100. Well, this one's renewed from Amazon. However, yeah, like you should definitely be able to find some good ones either way through here. I'm gonna leave the link down there. Let me go over to YouTube first, onto the YouTube chat. Foolish Swami TV is first. Don't forget that. Hello, Foolish Swami. Yeah, just heard myself back. Bloody Fedora! Hello there, Tech. I finally installed Shadow War on my PC and I completed the test stuff I had. At last! It has been a while, but you made it through. How's your night going so far? How's everyone's night going so far? And by the way, Ultra Pranks, that right there is the link. So let's actually move over to the just chatting section. And let's have our talks, our chats, our conversations. I have a headache. Hey, but I mean, if you finished, like, that's a great thing. It means that it's one less hassle to have to deal with, I would say. So, hey, good stuff. Fireside chats. Oh, this stuff over here? Like the chat that's right next to me? Thank you. I tried my hardest in getting that through. So what do you guys think about this microphone so far? Actually, so this is a $60 XLR microphone, cardioid condenser microphone as well. And this is the Mackie EleMent EM-91C. This microphone was recommended. Well, the USB version was actually recommended to me, but I saw the XLR version. I was like, I gotta try that out. It's a bit close to your mouth. Okay, no problem. Oh, I'll make a little bit of distance right there. And to have sad news suck after the next month and the end of the next month and the beginning of the new semester, my hands will be full with the thesis completion. No worries, buddy. Like, take care of what you have to take care of. That means that I will do the thesis full time for the whole semester. That means I won't be able to mod possibly for the whole semester. But it isn't now, so for now I'm free. Dude, like, don't worry at all. I appreciate the heads up, but yeah, I mean, like, I remember when I was in college having to work on my thesis too. I was working on my thesis like day and night, all day long. I hardly had any time for YouTube videos or anything like that, or even to stream. I actually don't think I was even. No, yeah, like I was still streaming back then, but not nearly as often. So yeah, I mean, don't worry about it. I know that thesis season is really tough. It takes up a lot of time, so by all means, take as much time as you need. I appreciate the heads up. What are the smoothest key types for the keyboard, and also do they have a 10 key list? I don't know what the smoothest key types would be for these. Personally, I just really like the ones because like the ones that almost feel like a typewriter just make me feel very accurate when typing. Is Mustafa that scary? He commented on one of my videos earlier, actually, so he might be stopping by, and he actually mentioned you. I think he said something about, Ultra Pranks thinks, that I'm RIP, but Ultra Pranks is RIP or something like that. I'm like, okay. I feel like this is something. I feel like this is a conversation that you two should be having for sure. Now, as for 10 keyless, let's see. I think I did see a 10 keyless version. Which video? The last one that I posted today should be right on there. Let's see, a 10 keyless. Okay. Okay, so the one I found is actually a little bit different. So this is the Razer Huntsman Tournament Edition, TKL 10 keyless gaming keyboard, fastest keyboard switches ever, linear optical switches, chroma RGB lighting, PBT keycaps, onboard memory, classic black. Fantastic. And they also have it in white. Like a smaller version in white, and it actually looks quite nice. But this one might be the one for you, so let me go ahead and grab that link and drop that off. Gimme, no worries. I'll take that for you. Let me go back to YouTube. Is this it? Okay, yeah. Alright, so there you go. I just dropped off the link. Man, I have a lot to read here, actually. Luca, welcome in, buddy. How's your night going? Finch does stuff. I just got the Model O wireless mouse. Pretty excited for it. Oh, snap. How do you like it? And also, welcome in, Finch. And then... What a loser doing his thesis. I know. I felt like a loser when I was doing my thesis. But I feel like I didn't feel like enough of a loser. So you understand, I can see I will be under a lot of stress. Yes, you will be, for sure. A lot of deadlines, but you'll make it through. It's just one semester when you think about it, which is a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing because, oh, you know, like, you won't have to deal with that for very long. But it's a bad thing, too, because, unfortunately, it also means that you don't get as much time to work on your thesis. Speechless has returned. Welcome in, Speechless. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. Sorry, someone decided to turn off the internet for a bit. Oh, no worries. Ha 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 ha. Am I RIP? Sorry, Ultra Pranks. I am RIP, not you. Oh, there you go. I think that was it, yeah. And the moderator list is not updating. What's the point of having a list power if said list doesn't work? I have no idea. That's so strange. Why is that? Like, what does it say right now? Foolish Swami TV. Or are you gonna talk about the new Adobe icons and submodel for the former Substance tools, i.e. video or podcast? Yeah, we could totally do that. I think that's a great idea, actually. A great topic to tackle when my co-host comes back from his break. So when we come back, I'll bring this up to him, and then like we'll talk about it in greater detail. So thanks a lot for that. And yes, I'm a loser, probably a loser for doing a thesis, and a masochist, but one with education and a diploma. There you go. Is the Samsung Q2U good for content creation? I'm trying to get the best bang for my buck for my future setup and not buy overpriced things. The Q2U, as many of you might already know, my thoughts on it, I think that the Q2U is a fantastic microphone. So yes, the answer is yes. It is a really good one for content creation. It's one that gets overlooked a lot, I believe, when it comes to content creation. Or just like a bunch of other things. The Q2U is a fantastic microphone. When you said RIP, I thought you meant by you had abs or something. I was so confused. No. No. RIP as in like rest in peace. He was being a little bit cryptic. But yeah, I mean, like, it sounds like he's usually on here, but like he's just listening probably. Or watching, I should say. But yeah, you guys need to settle your differences. One stands for all. I'm doing law. Later, I will do psychology, and afterwards, I plan on getting a degree on English or other languages if I can. I later plan on doing diplomacy, but that's after I master French and Spanish. But like I said, that's later for life, when I settle down with a modest lifestyle. Ah, the old lady is in law school too. Good for her. Is Samsung underrated? Yes and no. I mean, a lot of people know of Samsung, like the company that makes microphones and other accessories, like other audio accessories. I don't think that they're necessarily underrated. At least those are my plans. If anything goes wrong, I have a plan B, doing police stuff. Cool. My plan B is to live happily in the streets. Windows 11, how do you feel? I've watched a lot of content surrounding it actually. Like I watched Linus's video this morning technically, but I was like 75% asleep. So I hardly captured anything from it. I put his video on for the purposes of me trying to stay awake. It's like, come on, like don't fall back asleep, and then like I ended up falling back asleep anyway. But my understanding is that Windows 11 is indeed more versatile, but it's not like from what I've seen, it kind of looks like Linux, and Linux honestly is a pretty nice looking operating system. Though I don't think I've ever really like talked about Linux on the channel. How do you feel, Speechless? Dude, Linus posts at the most odd times. Yeah, I guess so. Though like it's also time zone dependent. He's in like British Columbia, and I believe that the time zone over there is like, I think that they're like 3 hours behind me in terms of like time. So hey, well thank you so much, Emerson's Gear, for that subscription over on YouTube. I very much appreciate it. And if you're watching right now, then I do hope that you're enjoying this live stream so far. But yeah, like going back to your comment over there, I do think that it is mostly just like an issue with like time zones and stuff that might make it seem like it's just like a weird timing for us. Zach, I don't know if you saw my comment on the email video, but one tip is to check the email address of the sender. On the email video? Oh, are you talking about the, like the video where I talked about how my channel got stolen? I think that's what you're referring to. Bloody Fedora says, but if I can avoid the police or other dangerous activities that involve combat, I can lose my life in this joke of a country. But the thing is that you won't, Bloody Fedora, because you will prevail somehow, but you will. Ultra Pranks. I prefer TechWiki because it helps me better. Yeah, TechWiki has taught me a lot of things as well. I haven't like watched them in years, but I remember like back in 2017, I was heavily binging a lot of like TechWiki videos. They've been great. Linux reminds me of like Mac OS, but for Windows. Yeah. I think that's what I like about it, I guess. Bloody Fedora says, however, I cannot deny that I am decent at shooting and have a bulky physique, and that it would be useful in the law enforcement. Sure. Yeah, but I guess that you'll be the law, and I'll be the criminal. I'll be the one who's like causing havoc, stealing candy and things like that. Thank you for the suggestion for the fans to have my PC to be quieter. The Choco Vanilla ones. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome, and I do hope that that ends up being useful for you. Streaming has been a lot easier now. Oh, sick. All right, well that's awesome. That means that your fans are no longer getting in the way. So that's pretty sick. I dig that. Personally, like I don't really mind the fan noise as long as my fans look nice. And as long as they're doing their job as well. Like, I currently have a pretty loud AC, which I'm sure that you can currently hear since this is a condenser microphone. So, yeah. That AC is definitely a loud one. The loudest AC I've ever owned. Well, no, that's not true. Because in the attic, there's another AC that's even louder because it's older. And this one's a portable one. Like, that's why it's so loud. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, thank you. Physique. I forgot how to English for a moment. No worries. Uh, I think it was just the first one. I forget at times too when you got hacked. Oh yeah. So for that time, that happened 2 years ago when I was a junior going into a senior of college. Like the summer before my last year of school, like that happened in between that time, before before the Fire Nation attacked the rest of the world with a bug. Um, so like that was already a while back. I just kind of felt like talking about it in the video. Nothing like that, thankfully, like having on an email saying, hey, you just received another copyright issue. You might want to check it out by giving us your password again, buddy. Like, nothing like that has happened, thankfully. Well, wasn't that a while ago? You beat the guy. Yeah, I mean, that's one of my many crimes. I felt a little bit violent that day, and I just kind of attacked the guy while he wasn't looking. I never knew who it was, so like I just attacked somebody at random. Until I think I found the right guy, but who knows. What did you think about the Mackie EleMent EM-91C? Was I too harsh? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Yes, that was my pinned comment. How can I help you regarding that? Heck the police. Look who's feeling edgy on chat right now. Speechless. I have very little knowledge towards Linux. Can you explain it further? I don't really know much about Linux either because uh, all I really know about Linux is only what I've seen, but like I've never had it like I've never had access to Linux hands on. I never had a machine with Linux. So like as far as I know, Linux is just it's just another operating system that it is a lot more niche, I would say. It does have a pretty large cult following though. And on there, while you don't have a ton of like software support and things like that, like game support, you, Linux is still like a very solid operating system in the sense that when it comes to performance, it does do very well because it doesn't really have like the kind of bloat that's something like Windows would under normal circumstances. However, like you do risk having a lot of compatibility issues with a lot of other things. Like Linux is very different from Windows and also very similar at the same time. And contrary to what I thought, Linux is not a version of Windows. But if I can avoid the police job, I will. If not, if everything fails. Heck, one more one more cop in the streets then. Huh? No, well, there you go. There you go. You always have a plan B, don't you? Shout out to Mustafa, yes. Shout out to him. Danny, hi. Did you get the mic because of my recommendation? Yes, I did. I know that you recommended the USB version. I ended up going for the XLR one because, like, generally speaking, I am more interested in XLR microphones. And yeah, this is what the microphone sounds like. I released my review earlier today. So, yeah. Lol, I see. Makes sense. Yeah. They always look here for those with larger and broad shoulders and athletic capabilities for officer jobs or others. I'm not an eagle eye with weapons, but I have a decent aim. Can you shoot a bow and arrow though? Or a crossbow? I mean, a crossbow should be way easier. Like, it's just, I mean, a bow and arrow requires a lot of precision. So I wonder. Ultra pranks. Are Philips headphones mainly studio headphones? I want to make sure that I get a consumer slash mainstream pair of headphones. Not necessarily, no. Like, Philips does have more, like, they do have headphones with a more open sound, you know, open back headphones. They also have closed back and things like that. It depends on the pair. I would say that they have a pretty broad variety that you can choose from. Playvidura says, however, no, far too dangerous. I don't wish to face the factions in this place or get into the war that they face every day. Fair enough. I also would not want to get involved personally. Also, hydrate redeemed by Swami. Thank you for letting me know. Hydration it is. Oh man, I do this like a like I hate having to hydrate. Oh, I hate hydrating. It's so overrated. Thank you, foolish Swami. I think that you could tell that I was probably dying. And speaking of which, this right here is what this microphone is going to sound like with a voice effect activated. So let me just have it slightly active. I can almost hear two of myself in two different tones for some reason with this microphone. I don't know why. Ultra Pranks at just Ubuntu. I've heard of Ubuntu in the past, but I really don't know much about it. Wow. It's almost like I'm hearing two voices at the same time. Not just the deep one, but there is another one underneath. Perhaps a more womanly side. Linux Windows. Sadly, that's not how it works. I heard Linux loves you. An operating system can't love me. Plus, an operating system can't love me unless I love myself. That's debatable. Luca just says, bruh. Yes, I can shoot bow and arrow. I did once and was decent. Ah, cool. I did too when I was a teenager. I did a little bit of practicing with the bow and arrow. Not like an actual bow. Well, not like an actual arrow, not a pointy one. It was more like practicing. At this place in Florida. Sheesh. Yeah, sorry, foolish on me. I got to you pretty late. Drink water, maiden. But this is... I mean, this is just purified water. It's all I got. It's from Wellesley Farms. It was the cheapest. I mean, the healthiest solution that I could find at the store. I'm better with a hand, though not so much with two-handed. Got it. I mean, I've never wielded one in the past.
So I can't really speak to how I would perform holding one. My immediate thought would be like to just like aim it sideways because I'm just kind of a head in that sense. Sorry, I was giving a little message to Mustafa Sankari. Okay. So you know that he's here. One-handed I can handle. So don't give me heavy weapons. My arms will tire. I like heavy weapons. That's why I have a giant sword in the background. For real though, do any companies love you? Well, that's an interesting question that I would like to answer in parts and sections. Because
I feel like that's just going to be a very complicated one to answer. So I'll try my best here. Just please bear with me. This is what, hang on, this is what the hard tune effect sounds like. Now this is what the microphone sounds like without hard tune. And this is going to be the robot effect. Then this is going to be the microphone effect with this microphone. Anyway, what companies love me? I mean, I would say that I have a very healthy relationship with Huion. They make drawing displays and things like that. I think that they make really, really high quality products at a great price. Actually, I really like their stuff. What other brands might love me? I would say Fifine probably does. Even MIONO. They tend to be pretty nice towards me. Sounds like Florida. I said other things, but got automated. Maiden went through. What? Really now? Alright, well let me see if I can do anything about that, because that's pretty weird. No, it doesn't. I can't even see the last message. I wielded some in range we have here, and in the air soft practice. Okay, gotcha. In the range. I see. I've never done it myself, like when it comes to like nerf guns. I'm obviously like trying to like I don't know, like get through the YouTube bots or the Twitch bots. Nerf guns. I'm talking about Nerf guns. I've never I've never actually held one. How many followers do you have on Instagram? Let me go ahead and check that out. I'm actually kind of curious myself now, so let's see. It better be 1 million, otherwise I'm quitting. Okay, so I have 252, and because that's close enough to 1 million, I'll stay. Dude got scammed into turning on pilot mode. I did not get scammed into doing it. I just kind of felt like doing it. Though, I mean, like, that was just like a free sample of what it would sound like. I can. Weapons are heavy, man. They may look light from afar, but oh boy, they are heavy. Heavy. Cops are tough, man. Indeed, having to carry those around all day long, I'm sure it's got to be a tough run. Is Razor best bang for your buck? No, definitely not. The foolish Swami TV. See? Huh? Wait, like did I get scammed? No way. I couldn't have been scammed into doing so. I'm mortal, I think. Both the real thing and the replica. Most likely. Like, if they're going to hand you a replica, it should probably weigh as much as a real one so that you can get used to actually holding a real one. Oh, what? I'm getting this off my drop list then. Or wait for a good deal. No, yeah, like when it comes to good bang for your buck, it's not going to be Razer. It's usually going to be other companies like Corsair, Logitech. Well, maybe not so much Corsair, because Corsair has been acting a little premium for a little while, but yeah, like I would say that overall, Logitech is a pretty good way to go when it comes to bang for your buck. How do you mod a system? Is it through software or hardware? What do you mean in terms of modding it? I'm guessing that by system you mean like a computer or so. But like what kind of mods are you thinking of? Because then in that case that would depend. Bloody Fedora 2. Plus I don't think I would pass the psychology test. I think that they will find but that I hate humanity. Oh. Well, I mean, if you don't tell them that, then I'm pretty sure you'll be fine. Should be fine, in fact. Actually, as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and spread... What? Why is the YouTube Messenger not working? Okay. Okay, so like, I unfortunately cannot send, that message requesting a subscription on YouTube because for some reason the button's not working right now, but the Twitch one was, so I managed to send that through. You know what? I'll do it again because it works. Just to prove it to myself. Like any mods for a game of some sort. Oh, for modding games, that is entirely software. 100% software. And you would need some kind of tool that's good for that. Like, for instance, if you wanted to mod a game like Final Fantasy VII on your PC, then you would want to download something like... Oh man, I actually don't think I have that program here anymore. I think it was called Seventh Heaven, I think. But like that software would allow you to dig into the system's files. And it would let you like swap out character models for more refined ones and things like that. So like I'm talking about the original Final Fantasy VII, of course. So like stuff like that. But I would say that oftentimes, depending on what game it is you're talking about, they're each going to have like a different community that developed different modding tools for said game. Like there isn't going to be just one suite for like every game ever. I'd only get Corsair if they change their logo. I mean, again, like their logo is fine. I can deal with it. I actually have a Corsair Nexus right in front of me here. But like the Corsair Nexus is pretty trash. It's a bad product. That I say. Oh. Hang on, I'm sort of monitoring an animation that I was working on. Well, that I am still working on, I should say. Because I am still working on it. Oh, snap. Hang on, I have to add some teeth here. There we go. Okay. I think I might just leave it on that frame for now until I get back to it just a little bit later. But anyway, I am back. Why Corsair don't use a scimitar or pirate tooth with a sword as a logo? I have no idea. I have no idea. I mean, like, I interpret their logo as a ship. So your interpretation is quite interesting, no doubt. What's a good bang for your buck? Logitech keyboards you can recommend. It can be any key type as long as it isn't quiet, and also it can be a non-RGB keyboard. Sure thing, I'll see what I can find on my end. Sharks, hello. Thanks for stopping by. I mean, it is a Corsair. That is true. Okay, Logitech mechanical keyboard. I would have to take a look around. There were some Logitech keyboards that I have seen that are just really, really nice. Oh, this one here. I think this is the Logitech G Pro mechanical gaming keyboard, ultra portable, 10 keyless. As well, designs detachable micro USB cable. It's micro USB, but you'll be fine, right? And yeah, there you go. It is mechanical. Now, what kind of switch does it have? What color switch? Okay, it's got blue switches. Blue switches tend to be pretty loud, so I think you're going to be happy with this one. Let me go ahead and leave a link to that over here in the YouTube chat. Mechanical, by the way. No worries. I got you. I got you that mechanical keyboard. You're welcome. It is right there. No worries. It's got blue switches. Red tends to not be loud, actually. I think that red is more on the quiet side. Danny, you were here just a few minutes ago. Of course I remember you. I can't forget you. If it was only a few minutes ago. You had to give me time to forget. Earlier today I watched someone with the Yeti X and it sounded really good. I'm not sure how this whole thing works, but I think I'm gonna return it. You know what? Fair enough. I don't blame you for wanting to doing so. Like, if you want, you can try to get it exchanged. Maybe your unit is just faulty. But I don't think that Yetis sound all that good. Mustafa, hey, how are you? I'm doing alright, bud. How's it going on your end? Good vibes. More keyboards from them. I want a variety, not to sound greedy. Honestly, like I haven't tested every one out there. Brandon Lee has subscribed, so thank you so much for that subscription, buddy. Very much appreciate it. But yeah, like I haven't tested every one out there, unfortunately. I've been to a micro center and like played around with a couple of keyboards, but I don't remember exactly which ones are like were among some of my favorites. So when it comes to Logitech, like this is really all I've got, like from the stuff that fits your description. I'm thinking a Quadcast S, or with enough convincing my dad to spend another $100, then an MV7. An MV7. Oh man, that is going to take some talking. Man, yeah, both of those microphones are pretty different. It really just depends on what kind of sound you're looking for, but I guess that if it were me, I would probably do an MV7 instead of a Quadcast S. Because the MV7 is a dynamic microphone, so like it would help with the sound of my AC that's over there. I'm not Mustafa. Oh, my apologies. My apologies. That's okay, bro. I might look into HyperX too. Gotcha. Sounds good, sounds good. Uh, I just saw the PFP. I'm confused between Futhead and Cloud. Oh, a Futhead and a Cloud Lifter for SM7B. What do you think for the SM7B? Like between the two, I would probably aim for a Cloud Lifter. Though what a Cloud Lifter does is just allow you to raise the gain even further while keeping the noise floor as low as possible. A Fathead, if I'm not mistaken, okay, so a Fathead is actually more of a preamp here. Jammed amplifier, double single-ended amplifier, topology, shielded enclosure, four matched JFETs. What audio interface do you have right now? Because that's probably going to greatly depend on what would make more sense. If I had a Corsair as a logo, I would paint a skull biting a curved blade with a red bandana in the background. I mean, like if you could redecorate the Corsair logo. I see. I mean, that's certainly quite a departure from what they were going with here. It went from ship to things that are going on in the ship. Oh, okay, you've got the Rodecaster Pro. Yeah, the Rodecaster Pro I've actually found to be kind of noise heavy. So I mean, are you finding that the Procaster just isn't loud enough for the Shure SM7B, or do you just think that there's a little bit too much noise? Try to explain how a color looks. A color? Oh man. Okay. I'll try. Okay. So, a color is very colorful. There. That should work. You missed my messages. Did I? What could it be? Did I miss your messages? No, I don't think so. I responded to them. The ones I'm seeing here are that mic you're using looks just like my old non-existent on the internet mic. Oh, I see. Except it's USB. Okay, they do actually have a USB version of this microphone. How can Corsair be premium with that logo of theirs? Well, I mean by that logic, how can Apple be premium with that logo of theirs? How can Razer be premium with that logo of theirs? And I can go on. Because it's an apple and snake, which is way better. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know. Like, a ship is also kind of cool. It's just that their interpretation isn't quite there. Noise when I try to increase gain, otherwise the output is so low. Really? Okay, so what you might want is... What you might want... Because how would a Fathead help you here? I mean, like a Cloud Lifter would certainly help you a lot when it comes to the noise. Like it would reduce that noise floor by quite a bit and allow you to be able to raise the gain of your microphone even further. But, if you feel like the output is very low, I mean by output, I'm assuming that you're referring to what, uh, to like the monitoring itself. Like you can't hear yourself that well, right? Or are you just saying that the Shure SM7B sounds pretty quiet when using it with that interface? But either way, if what you're trying to do is eliminate noise while being able to raise that gain as much as possible, then a cloud lifter is definitely what you're looking for. So that's what I would get. Apple is the most underrated brand ever. I don't care what you say. Aw, I thought my opinion mattered, but I guess it doesn't. Even though it's not an opinion because you're wrong. How can Textsummit be professional with that Adams in the background? What? What Adams? A ship sounds more like an Admiral or Voyager. When I think Corsair, I think a Buccaneer and Pirates. Fair, fair enough. I just always think a ship that's coursing. Atoms are small. You can't see them. That's the joke. Oh, okay. Well, you don't have to yell at me in all caps. Like, do you not know how sensitive I am? I cry over almost anything, and this is how you talk to me, sharks. I'm honestly sad. My water is salty as hell. What happened? Or touch? Yeah, what happened to your water there? How did it get salty? What happened? Like, was it shark salty and negative energy that perhaps contaminated your water and made it salty? Your tears are made of atoms, child. Teaches adult moment. No, that's not how it is. This is not a moment of, are you smarter than a fifth grader? This is not that. I did not sign up for that show. With good reason. Because of Razer. No. Razer's great. I love Razer. Are they an overrated gaming brand? Yeah. I wanted to do a milk tea, but my tea stock is dried up. Everything gone. No, that is unfortunate. Hey, Blade Fedora, have you ever had, like, instant coffee? I tried it out recently, and it's actually pretty good. It helps a lot when it comes to saving time. And it just always tastes good, too. Like, you can't mess it up. All you have to do is just boil water and then you're good. Very quiet. Store here advised me to buy a Cloud Lifter or Fathead. There is a big price difference. Cloud is double the price. Right. A Cloud Lifter is a little bit different from a Fathead, from what I understand at least. Granted, I've never owned either. One time I did buy an SE Dynamite though, and what the SE Dynamite did is actually nothing. It did not help do anything for my Shure SM7B. However, this is supposed to add an additional 28 decibels of gain, which should be relatively substantial here. I don't see that necessarily being the case over here for the Fathead. Like, I'm looking at the Triton Audio Fathead inline microphone preamp. And I'm trying to see how much it would add in terms of gain. I always got plenty of gain out of my SM58s. Clean gain. Okay, So people are saying that a fed head would actually add about 18 decibels of clean gain. And 18 decibels can actually make a pretty substantial difference, I would say. However, when it comes to a cloud lifter, let me actually go ahead and take a look at that. So if the fed head is $90 over here on Amazon, the cloud lifter is $150. This is the CL1 mic. So this is the one channel one, not the two channel one, since I'm assuming that you wouldn't need that. This actually adds 25 decibels, which is also pretty substantial, passing phantom power onto the microphone. Fantastic. Like, it even allows pass through of phantom power, if anything. So if you decide that you want to use a condenser microphone, it would allow for that. Honestly, I think I would still recommend the cloud lifter. Yes, I have had instant coffee. Haha, instant coffee is fantastic. I also had instant creamy coffee, so they are more consistent. I also used it to make Dalgona coffee with those. Well, there you go. I bet it made the entire process way easier. Brazier said that they will sue me. Why are they planning on suing you, Mr. Ultra Pranks? Or Miss Ultra Pranks? Before I noticed that there was a door beside you, I thought that there was a lock in your phone panels for like a safe or something. No, if only. I live in New York. I don't really have space for that kind of thing. If only I would put my Yu-Gi-Oh cards in there. Is HyperX underrated? No, not at all. HyperX is really popular. You use SM7B without this stuff? Yeah, I have. I don't use my SM7B with the I don't use it with the Rodecaster Pro though. I use it with the Yamaha MG10XU, and I've used it with my Go XLR as well, and it has worked incredibly well with both. Like, I haven't needed a fat head or anything like that. There is still a little bit of noise going through the Yamaha MG10XU interface. However, it's not much. The MG10XU is already a relatively noisy interface, but even then, like, it's barely audible. So like, I feel like it's not really necessary to do. I haven't tried it out with the Rodecaster Pro though, so it might be a different experience. I do have a Rodecaster Pro myself, so I can test it. Not right now, but like, I can test it at some point and then see if it ends up being too quiet. However, since it can power the Rode Pod mic, which is also, like, surprisingly so, a fairly gain-hungry microphone, then I would figure that, you know, with just a little bit more gain, it can certainly power a Shure SM7B. But yeah, I saw your confession on YouTube. That's why I'm always wary of people until they prove themselves not a threat, or if they prove that they're not people with less than noble intentions. Fair enough. I was very, like, they caught me at the perfect time. At that time, I was going through stuff, so like, I was not in the right frame of mind to even like think about what was going on. So like, when I saw that email, I just immediately freaked out, and I thought, oh my goodness, I had to respond. And I was like, this looks legit enough. And then it was after the fact that I realized how many typos were in that email. In fact, I should still have access to it if it hasn't been deleted from my Gmail. Lucas says, I just got my iPad Pro out of the mail finally. Ordered it in the morning of the pre-order date. Ah, sweet. That's awesome. I also received my 12.9-inch iPad Pro recently. The M1 model. I upgraded from the 2018 11-inch model. It's really nice so far. The 5 gig limitation, though, is a little bit odd. What is your favorite microphone? My favorite microphone would have to be the Electrovoice RE27ND. Second place would have to be the Audio-Technica BP40. Is Shure good? Yeah, I would say so. I've only tested out 2 of their microphones, though. And they are more, like, on the premium side of things, so I don't really have too much experience with Shure besides those 2. And those 2 are the SM7B and the MV7. Apple underrated. Lol. Lots of scammers and people that take advantage. That's why vigil is necessary. No need for paranoid, just vigil. Fair enough. Oh, I understand, but it is exactly when we are fragile that we need to be extra vigilant. Yes, I was not extra vigilant whatsoever. I wasn't expecting that. That quality that comes from the SM7B isn't comparable in my opinion, but it's pricey. It depends on what you prefer, really. It is still a matter of preference. I learned that in the violent way. No, that sounds awful. But either way, I hope that lessons in the future don't have to be learned violently. Hey, congrats. Yes, I agree. I only recently learned about the 5 gig restriction, and it didn't make much sense to me. Apple just doesn't want the iPad Pro to be, ultimately become a proper MacBook replacement. I think that's the issue. They're trying to protect it really, really, really hard. I gotta go, so see ya. By the time you see this, I'm gone, so see ya on your next stream. Oh, no worries, bud. Have a wonderful night, even if you did not hear that part. Is Samsung underrated? The answer is no, but you already knew that answer, I'm sure. Luca, I mean, yeah, sure it is. Tisk, time to hack. Is Asus overrated? No, not really. I would say that they deserve the kind of fame that they have. But with that said, you guys, this has been sort of my live review of the Mackie EleMent EM-91C XLR condenser microphone. And yeah, this is a $60 microphone. If you liked the sound of it, then do make sure to check it out. Because, I mean, yeah, it is going to be subjective. I'm not a very big fan of it, but hopefully a lot of you, or hopefully at least one of you, thought that it was a decent microphone. Is ROG best bang for your buck or tough? Neither. Both of them are premium brands, I would say, or sub-brands of Asus. Every lesson for me either came with pain, with violence, with humiliation, with heartbreak, and with emotional wreckage and stress. Never been a kind lesson. That is unfortunate, but experience also makes you stronger. It always does. Hack the iPad. Context, not the video from earlier, rip. Wow. Lately, it's been calm though. I hope life shows me mercy in the future. I hope so too. Bye, bot. Sunamano has been officially banned from this Twitch livestream. Sweet. Lovely. Now with that said, I would like to thank all of you for stopping by tonight, and I do hope that you enjoyed this somewhat of a live review of the Mackie EleMent EM-91C. Next live stream will be for tomorrow night, as per usual, because tomorrow is Saturday. So I will be seeing you all tomorrow, hopefully. I do look forward to seeing you all then. And yeah, thanks so much to all of you for stopping by. Love you too, Foolish Swami. And Bloody Fedora, have a wonderful night. Luca, have a wonderful night. Ultra Pranks, have a wonderful night. Let me scroll up to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Did I already say Foolish Swami have a wonderful night? Well, if I didn't, then Foolish Swami have a wonderful night. And person with the Arabic uh characters, have a wonderful night. What is, like, what would you like me to refer to you as, actually? Walid or Walid? Okay. Okay, well, fair enough. I guess that we'll figure that other part out in due time, but either way, this is going to sound very butchered, but I'm gonna go with Walid for now. I thought you wrote Wallahi for No, stop it. Stop it. Oh, the second one. Walid. Okay, got it. So that's been figured out sooner rather than later, which is great. Thanks again, everybody, for stopping by, and thank you for clearing that up. Waleed, have a wonderful night to you as well. Everybody have a wonderful night, and I will be seeing you all next time. Enjoy. Stream off.